Hello.
Hi.
I was actually having some warm up, so I thought I would send you some of these replays.
Okay.
Okay, just a second. To figure out how to gold already.
Early? I called exactly on time.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, I got actually. You wouldn't believe it, but I actually got cannon rushed like half an hour ago. So lucky.
Did you win?
Excuse me? No.
Did you?
I raged and rage quit. Just a second. I need to find the replay. No. Here's the cannon rush. And I have one very fucked up PvT. This will be faster, I think. One. And I have kind of... I think it was kind of interesting PvT. I think it's what I wanted to show you, because otherwise we'll be going over replays all the time. You still here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm watching the cannon rush game.
Oh, wow, that one was ridiculous.
Okay, I can tell you why you lost this game.
Why?
Well, you pulled a lot of probes at the start, and that's not what you needed to do. You needed to pull maybe one to make sure he doesn't get that cannon in the corner, but even that cannon in the corner is not that threatening. You just need to not let him wall off and build cannons while you get out your own stuff. And you pulled a lot of probes, which essentially did a lot of hits on the forge, doing nothing. So when you're getting cannon rushed, you have to stop the cannons from building, and you scouted it really early, so you were in a fine position to deal with it. Just
I kind of freaked out.
yeah, all you needed to do in that was did you send me another one? Okay.
Yeah, I sent. Sorry, I think I sent 3.
Okay. What you needed to do was just wait till he put cannons up and kill the cannons.
Yeah, it's I got very angry.
Get a zealot out, then the other stuff. Yeah, you got a little crazy in trying to handle that. No.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, he actually got away with his expand really early, so it'll be interesting to see where this game goes.
Which one are you watching?
PvT.
Oh, that was really bad one. I think it was my biggest fuck up of this week, so.
Yeah, the reason why you lost started at the very beginning. Take a look back here. Let's see. He went. Well, Eric's got the readout. Heck, I've been got a Reaper, and you still had your probe there. still had your probe there. You killed it. So basically, there was a timing in here, and you actually were really late on your gateways. So this is why. Not on your gateways. I'm finishing warp gate tech, which would be okay. Let me double check.
I think I didn't get any of the Colossus. I get it too late, I think.
That's not. Maybe a bit, but the reason why you lost came before this point. So, basically, he got away. I don't know if you watched his build, but look at what he did. He went 1 barracks.
Oh, wait. Do you want me to load up the replay so I can actually see it?
Oh, yeah. I'm watching it on, like, ×8 just to go over it,
so
but load up the replay. But I can just talk to you. He went 1 barracks, 1 Reaper, and expanded out of that, and then went a Marauder. So, had you pressured him, he would have cracked, and you could have contained him, which is what this build's designed to do.
Wow, why I didn't do it? I was actually, when he went for the Reaper, I was saying, like, okay, I maybe should go pressure him, but I decided not to in the end. That was probably too bad.
You'd want to, for one thing, you'd want to have your probe, remember about the 5-minute mark, you want to scout with your probe, and your probe was there and it died. But you didn't go up the ramp. You were just kind of sitting down here, so you didn't know where he was going on. Had you gone up this ramp, you would have seen his command center and known what was happening. And also, by the 7-minute mark, you know, he hadn't pressured yet. Had you pressured even at the 7-minute mark, had you, like, as soon as you... Ideally, when you're doing this build, you want to be finishing warp gates, you know, by 6 minutes. And I guess, you know, it's okay, but your gateways were late. I mean, your gateways weren't done by 5:50. They weren't even done. So by 6 minutes, I don't think they were done. They were just finishing at 6 minutes. So you could have had a lot more stuff out early. So maybe we need to go over that again. Just make sure it's all good and refined. Because he got away, again, with doing a really, really quick expand. And all of your problems stem from that. Because if you look at the supply count, or have you loaded the 3-play?
I am actually playing it fast, so we can go over it.
Okay, yeah. We'll go over it. We're going to go over it briefly. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but because most of the game, you were in catch-up mode. Because he got a really quick expand down really quick, really fast. I mean, and yeah, your RoboWave was kind of... You got 5 gateways as well, and didn't do anything with them. Like,
yeah, well, when I expanded, I was like, maybe I should go 6 gateways, but then I was like, okay, no, I will go just 5 and 1 Robo.
Well, that sounds like indecision to me. You gotta...
Yeah, I just couldn't decide what to do.
And yeah, I mean, when you finally engaged to the big battle, he was 30 supply ahead. And your Zealots got caught behind your Stalkers as well. So, I mean, I think... what reason why you lost stemmed from the beginning, the very beginning. Not so much. Yes, you should have had Colossus out faster. That would have helped. But in the end, I think he had too big of an army, and he would have definitely won, no matter what you did.
Okay, I'm at the end of the replay, so just tell me where do you want me to load it up?
All right, I just want to go. We're just gonna go over the early game. I'm not concerned. Yes, you should have set the Colossus faster. Yes, you should have made more of a decision on what you wanted to do. But you realize that what really the problem was here was your early game build didn't click out as well. So let me see. Get it to about 4 minutes and put it on ×2.
Just a second. Let me get it there. Come on, load up. There. Ah, okay. ×2.
Give me just a minute. I'm gonna double check something real fast.
Okay.
God, I get so tired of random people messaging me with stuff like, "What do you hate when Terran does to you?" I don't know. Why are you asking me? I mean, all right. So this is okay. So first off, the first thing I notice. Go ahead.
3, 2,
×4, ×2. Okay, I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. First thing I noticed is your Nexus was chronoed 4 times. You already chronoed probes out, and then you chronoed a Stalker out. So you've not chronoed Warp Gate at all. And you always want to chrono Warp Gate at least once or twice. And I don't think you should chrono probes right away 4 times. Unless you know you're going to be able to get away with an economy build, and because you don't necessarily know that at this point. And then you chrono out a sentry. So you see, you didn't chrono warp gate at all, I don't think, and that was a hindrance. Because part of the important part of this build is pressuring, and because you didn't chrono warp gate, you couldn't warp these gates in at 6 minutes. You didn't have a forward pylon, so remember, always be placing a forward pylon down, especially after you kill the Reaper, by the way.
Oh.
But had you chronoed warp gate would have already been done. You could have warped in units, and you could have pressured him. And look at his defense right now. Nothing. And this comes down, so this is a accumulation of things. One thing, I think you chronoed your Nexus a little too much, and then didn't chrono warp gate at all. No matter what you're doing, you always want to chrono warp gate once or twice. And then you didn't really scout up his ramp. You had a probe sitting there that was good, but you didn't scout up his ramp. Remember, around the 5-minute mark, you want to scout up his ramp, kind of get a feel for what he's doing. And then you would have seen this expansion, and you would have been in a much better position to deal with it. So now you're pressuring, but this pressure is about 2 minutes too late. So
went back.
You could have... This same force could have been pressuring at 6 minutes. So that's... And now from this point on, you were playing catch-up. You were trying to catch up to his expansion, because he had it much sooner. And I think you were just playing from behind, and it was going to be very difficult to come back at this point. Yes, you would have wanted to go Colossus faster, but, I mean, if you do that, he probably could have killed you in the mid-game had he attacked. So, I mean, it's not good if it say that, yeah, you should have gone Colossus faster if it would have gotten you killed. And it very well could have. So, again, the big important part of this build of why you lost on this game is that you need to, for one thing, there's a couple things you need to do. Scout at 5 minutes up the ramp. Find out what your opponent's doing to the best of your ability. Second is chrono warp gate. I would suggest at least twice, because that's gonna get you the ability to warp in at a forward pylon somewhere and pressure, which is what you want to do. And even if you don't have the forward pylon, you know, when you get your first 6 units out, you really want to pressure. You want to go up to the base 6 or 7 units. Get up in his face, kind of find out what he's doing. Don't overcommit, you know, but pressure. And he had almost no defense, and you waited a long time to go pressure. So
yeah,
scouting and pressuring really the reason you lost here. It was almost a build order loss. If he were to totally shut down your scouting, it would have been a build order loss. But he didn't. I think he could have done things, especially with the pressure, that would have gotten you right in this game. And that's why you lost. Not so much the fact you didn't get Colossus out. Like, yes, you should have gotten Colossus out. Your money was building up quite a bit here. I mean, this big gateway force isn't going to do anything unless you're like doing a 6-gate timing, and by this point, it's too late for that. So.
Yeah.
So just remember, don't be you chronoed your probes a little too much, and chronoing probes is good. But don't get overzealous with it at the start. I do 3 chronos on my Nexus at the start, and that usually gets me a lot of probes right away. That's all you need to do, because when you're doing a 3-gate expand, you want to get some kind of pressure options out there.
Oh, this is bad.
Base is under attack.
All right, let's check the PvP. Ugh. Do you want to go over the cannon rush real quick? I mean, it's really simple what you should have done, but we can go over it really fast.
You want me to load that replay?
No, load the PvP. Play the PvP. I'm playing the PvP on ×8 at the moment.
The macro PvP. Oh, was kind of funny game.
Did you win or lose this one?
Excuse me?
Did you win or lose this one?
I won this one, but it was kind of interesting PvP, so I felt like sharing it.
Okay. Two-gate Robo. You are aware, two-gate Robo is kind of risky.
So yeah, I know.
I've noticed on the European servers, especially since I've been playing a lot on the Europe right now. Everybody loves their all-ins on Europe. That's all I ever encounter is all-ins. Yeah. And especially you either see people trying to get away with teching to something, or they 4-gate you. There's no other option.
Well, actually, I think when I actually it's a long time ago when I actually let it on this my American account. when I tried it, like, I mean, sometimes, you know, everyone would cheese me. It was like fucking annoying.
Well, there's a lot of things that are... You got so far ahead in probes that it wasn't even funny. I mean, you were just dominating him in that regard. You dominated him in the supply, so... there's a lot of...
platinum.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
wow, you can't... Don't warp in Stalkers under a charged Void Ray. They'll die before they finish.
I just kind of want to get rid
The
of
only thing I want to talk about in this replay, a lot of what you did was risky. And we need to try and reduce risk. So risk is okay.
What's risky? What did I do that was risky? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna double check your scouting. Real quick. I just watched it on times 8, so I'm watching on times, I'm kind of watching your build more than anything. But I'm gonna watch for your scouting this time and see what you saw. And like oh my goodness. If you watch this on times 8, watch the camera view, it's all spammy. It's really hard to keep up with.
Sorry.
But, no, that's fine. On times 8, it should be. But I was trying to see what you scouted. You scouted the Cyber Core. Your Cyber Core was ahead. And let me see, you scouted Chrono was low. You didn't scout super much what was going on in his base, though. So he definitely could have been, like, 4-gating you or something. And the amount of defense you had...
Actually, I scouted the second gas, so I was like, no, he's not 4-gating. So I fought safe.
Okay, you need to be careful still. 6-minute mark, you have a Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, and that's it. Any kind of early, like a 3 Stalker build, or any kind of... There's a lot of things you need to be careful with this, okay? Because 6 minutes, you need a few more units out. So, give me 1 second, I need to run to the bathroom real fast. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, fine, I'll wait.
Okay.
Come back.
So,
I have the replay loaded through, so if you want me to stop and sometime just tell. Oh god.
but let's see. I'm just double checking the build real fast.
Sometimes, especially in PvP, I just wing it, so...
Well, I mean, that's not a good thing to do. Just winging it is like going into a game without a plan, and that's never a good thing.
It's PvP!
That's not an excuse. Okay. Stalker is delayed. Then you cancel that, okay.
Shh. My hubby is funny. Ugh. You know how he calls my gateways? Cheese factory.
Cheese factory? What?
Because he thinks that Protoss are cheesy race, so...
Oh, that's retarded. If anything, Protoss is the race most geared toward late game.
Yeah,
So,
I know, just...
get over that. Cheesy. You want to talk cheesy? Let's talk about Terran. Banshees, Blue Flame Hellions, Free Racks, proxy shit.
Yes,
And talk
yeah, but-
Zerg. Zerg is all in all day. Anywho. So, Stalker was late starting production, and then you had to cancel a probe. You just barely caught it, too. And throw the Stalker out.
So I got it all wrong again? Oh my god.
It's not entirely wrong. It was just there's a lot of time when your units, your structures weren't producing, and everything was a little delayed. So it's okay, it's the right idea, it's just everything was slightly delayed, and because of that, if he was doing some kind of early pressure build, you would have really suffered. So we're gonna do work on PvP today. I really feel like that's the best option. Well, I mean, you've got to do it. You can't just say, I don't like PvP, so fuck PvP. I'm not gonna do it.
That's pretty much how I feel about it at the moment, because...
It's 1/3 of your game, so...
want me to go off the replay, or...?
No, this replay I don't think we need to go over.
So I can just go away, okay?
There are some. We're gonna go over some PvP builds. I think we've done this before, but we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, well...
I have showed you the 3-gate robo in PvP, right?
Actually, no. It was you who showed me to 2-gate robo.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're sure? 100%. I showed you 2-gate robo and didn't show you 3-gate robo. That doesn't sound like me, because I don't like 2-gate
Yeah,
robo.
well,
I think
you did it, and you were like, get a lot of zealots and sentries. And be aware of your rank.
No. I remember this now. It was a 3-gate robo that I was showing you, not 2-gate.
No.
It was 2. Okay.
Yeah, it was
you
2.
You have the replays. You have the VODs of all of our sessions saved, so
Yeah.
you can double check that. So, all right. There's one more replay. Let's take a look at it. Oh no, that was all of them. So
Yeah.
let's do PvP. We'll go back to PvP. We'll do some PvT. We're gonna work on refining that early game a little bit. So.
Okay.
Zelnaga. We're not gonna practice on Zelnaga today. Just cause I'm so tired of doing Zelnaga for everything. I'm ready for that map to fade out. So one of the things, Voice, when I was talking to her, she liked it when I just did a build in a game like this and just did the build, and that way she could save the replay and have like the template for the build. Is that something you'd be interested in, or?
Sure. Actually, I was trying to work on Forge Fast Expand, And I think the replay I have, it's not too refined. So I think if you actually could go for this as well, just in.
So Forge Faster Span. Okay, so
Yeah.
this we'll start the game off doing some just. Okay, so this is gonna be the PvP build I like the most at the moment. 3-gate Robo, not 2-gate, and it does have a lot of zealots and sentries, but it's not nearly as risky as 2-gate Robo when you can get run over really fast.
Okay, I'll do this.
You are in this game, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I space out, can't remember if I invited. Like, sometimes I'll be starting a game, so this is what happens to me when I'm laddering. I'll be thinking about what I'm doing, you know, and thinking about the last game and what I should have done in the last game or stuff like that, and I'll forget what race I'm playing in this game, and I'll start doing the build for the last guy I played for his race. So sometimes I'll be starting off thinking it's like TVP or something, or PvT, when it's actually PvZ, which can be a big problem if you don't wall off at the start, you know.
It happened to me once, like, I didn't know what race was my opponent and I walled off and he was still on.
Yeah. This happens to me all the time. Kind of absent-minded sometimes.
You must construct additional
Oops,
pylons.
there
I
we
have
go.
a feeling that.
Oh, cheese factories, that's such garbage.
Yeah,
Starting my first cheese factory here. There we go.
You're cracking me up.
Right. So it's the standard, you know, everything at the beginning of the game starts 13 gate, 14, 415 assimilator. This all starts the exact same, no matter what build you're doing.
Yeah. I know.
Third chrono right away, so I am chronoing the Nexus 3 times. Should make you happy since you seem to do that no matter what.
Yeah, I'm doing too much. But I forget it in the late game and mid game. Too busy doing other stuff.
God, who is this? There's this guy. His name's Melt. I don't know who he is, by the way, Core. You know, right after Gateway finishes. But he's this guy. He's messaging me. His name's Melt. I don't know who he is, and he's telling me stuff like, God, 5 Colossi, Rocks versus Zerg. 3 upgrades is great. I'm like, I don't know what you are talking about. Anyway, so you get your Cyber Core, and you get your Zealot, and you're going to be thinking second gas as soon as possible after that.
Yeah, that's what I do. This is a standard opener, I think.
Your probes
Okay, yeah.
are under attack.
So, this is all pretty normal so far. Trying to let this probe die, but you want to scout what he's doing. I'm not going to be too active with it because I know he's not doing anything. Chrono the warp gate, and you're going to get a sentry out as soon as...
Sentry. Why not Stalker?
I've been doing the sentry because I like building up that energy.
Oh, yeah.
And I chrono out 2 sentries, so this lets me get sentries really fast. So then...
When you talk
What?
about it, I got my... I played a PvZ this week, and I actually got my sentry skills in the early pressure. And when I spawned new ones, I actually didn't have energy on them, and it kind of hurt me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So notice, I chronoed 1 sentry, and then I chronoed another one. And I'm going to get my 3rd sentry, and then I'm going to get a Robo Bay. All while trying not to be supply blocked. And I was briefly supply blocked at 26, but that's kind of the way I can get the gateways out on time. Because I do want to make sure I get those gateways out. Notice what time it is. I've already got 1 zealot, 2 sentries out, 5-minute mark. Okay, and now I'm getting my Robo. I'm going to go ahead and chrono that warp gate again. This is really up to you. You could either chrono the warp gate here, or you could just build more units and chrono a unit out,
Well,
which I've kind of actually liked. I like doing that too. So
I think I would chrono the units because it's PvP and people do really weird stuff.
right, but the faster you get this warp gate out, the faster you get your first burst of units, which is good for defending 4-gate. Okay, so notice 6-minute mark. This is really about the time 4-gate's going to start hitting, and I kind of missed a supply mark here. But notice I could force field the ramp like right now, and then I'd have 3 warp-ins ready to go. So and I could warp in stalkers if I needed them. You want to get about 4 centuries, 3 to 4 centuries, and don't go higher than that. So anyway, this is your basic opener. Now from here, what's good about this is you have a lot of different options, especially if you're not being pressured. You know, the standard thing is to chrono out an observer, warp in zealots, favor zealots while you go to Colossus. And then after this, there's a couple things you can do, and I want you to stick for now to really doing Colossus play and Immortal play if you see a lot of Blink Stalkers and you think you need those Immortals out right away.
I mean, from one base, right?
Yeah, this is from one base. Now, your observer is going to scout and give you the info you need, but in PvP you can't risk doing a super fast expand because you'll die to a competent Protoss.
Even super fast expand because, I mean, it's like nearly 8 minutes, so it's not fast, it's slow.
Well, I mean, for PvP, a 10-minute expand is like about the time you're aiming for.
Wow, super late.
Yeah, that's just how PvP is, though. Because you have to think about when that expansion actually starts kicking in and helping. And there's a long time before it does. So anyway, your observer will get over there, you'll scout what he's doing, and you'll know what to build from here. And this is, you really have to judge what he's doing. So if he's expanding, like if he has an expansion up at this point, you have 2 options. If he's like... So, there's a lot to talk about here. Let's talk about when you scout, what should you be looking for and how do you react? Because right about now, if he'd expanded, I might want to expand myself.
That's what I would
But it's more important, because what's more likely is he's either... Okay, so if he expanded this early, one of a few things is going to happen. He's either low on gateway count or low on tech. So if he's low on tech, so he doesn't have Robo Bay out, let's say he's just got Robo Bay out or doesn't have it out at all, when your first Colossus comes out, what should you be doing?
If he's low on the gateways, I would just...
He's got no. He's got gateway units. He's got plenty of gateway units. He's low on tech. He doesn't have he just got his Robo Bay up or doesn't have it at all. What should you do?
I mean, wow, I don't know. Thinking.
It's gonna be a rare situation in which he'd already have an expand up. But what would you do? Do you know?
If I saw he was like that, I know I you know how I am. I am not too aggressive. I'm very defensive player, in fact. So.
Right. You would want to, in my opinion, continue building up that Colossus count, and once you get to about 2 or 3, you'd want to attack. And you could expand there if you could fit it in, but the most important thing is that you keep your Colossus count rising, because if he's not teching, that's what's going to give you the edge, is the fact that you teched and started getting a lot of Colossus out. So that's what you'd want to do. And I would stress that you'd want to be aggressive once you got a few Colossus out, because if he gets it evened up, if you let him kind of catch up, like if he's only down by 1 or 2 Colossus later on, that's going to be bad for you. Because he expanded, had more money, he'll have a lot more gateway units. So you need to really attack at that 2nd or 3rd Colossus. That's really important. And in the meantime, be getting a forward pylon down and expansion and whatnot. What if you scout that? Well, I mean, most of the time, that's really the scariest thing to scout, is that he's already expanded.
Yeah.
If he's doing anything else, you can pretty much react. If you see Blink Stalkers, you can get Immortals out and Stalkers to help throw that off. And then you'll be able to have a better army and push. If he's going for... what kind of things do people go? If he's going for Colossus too, then it's going to become a Colossus battle. You just want to make sure
Just a question. If I see he's going for Colossus, should I try target play of sorts like this?
No, tell me why that doesn't make sense.
Well, I thought going for Phoenixes to get rid of his Colossi.
Okay, Phoenix are really great versus Colossi in large numbers, and that's it. And if you scout Colossi at 8 minutes and start going Phoenix, how long is it going to take you to get large numbers of Phoenix?
That's actually what I don't like about it. I would have to overcommit to it, maybe.
Right, so you don't want to go
No, I don't.
Phoenix after you've already gone to Colossi. That's not really a good choice. You can go Phoenix after you get into the mid game and you expanded, but I mean, that's a late game choice. Don't be thinking about it this early.
Yeah, okay.
When it's a Colossus battle, you have Colossus too. You don't need to fear Colossus. You have Colossus. What I would suggest, if it becomes down to a Colossus battle like that, it's going to come down to a couple things. First off, who has more Colossus is the obvious thing. Gateway units are less important, but if someone has a lot more gateway units, that'll play a big factor. And second, it'll be if no one's attacking, it'll be who expanded sooner. So if you see he's going for Colossus, play it safe. Keep your Colossus count up. That's important. Keep your Colossus building. And once you've done that, think about expanding.
What about charge lots?
Charge lots are great, but when you're playing with Colossus, they're not as important. Okay. They're more important to get your Colossus count up. Colossus and Stalkers, because Zealots really have trouble with Colossus because they bundle up. Like, look at this. You see this?
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna hit this middle Zealot here. Oh, I forgot. It's allied, so I can't look. Like, I can do that and no damage will be done even.
What I actually noticed when I observed my teammates, Archons are being used more in PvZ.
PvZ, yes. Oh my, yes. You should have seen some of the stuff I was doing with another one of my students. We really started talking about Archons in PvZ. They're so good.
I'm actually thinking how to incorporate game for, the word, blah blah blah.
Incorporate?
Yeah, thinking into my PvZ play. Because they might be actually funny.
Funny, they're good units. Don't count them out. We'll get there. Oh my, there's a lot of stuff you want to do. So
yeah, just, it's when someone plays, or I see something interesting, or I just.
Archons are neat and they're really good, except versus roaches. Archons are okay versus roaches, not great. So see, the reason for Archons to work well against roaches, you have to have lots of sentries. And generally, when you have lots of sentries, you don't have enough gas to do Archons.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a double-edged sword. But, yeah, we'll talk about Archons. Anywho.
It's just one idea, just don't mind me, just go ahead with what you wanted to do.
Anyway, so this was the opener for the 3-gate Robo. Play around with it. You'll base a lot off what you scout. It'll let you go to 2-base faster than normal, I think, because you'll get that observer out and you'll be able to react to your opponent. You just got to be aware sometimes you can't 2-base, okay? Sometimes you can't be thinking about that expansion. Sometimes you have to be thinking about that 1-base play. That's just how PvP is, and there's no other way around it.
Yeah,
so,
I actually admit it's my weak point, because I am too used to,
okay.
playing the macro games. Oh god, you crack me up with this stuff.
Okay, so let's get out of this game. You can save this replay if you want the template for it. That's really a pretty good representation of how to do the 3-gate rule. So let's talk about
actually,
I don't suppose you'd want to learn how to do. See, this is something I've been doing a little bit of. That's my primary PvP. That's my go-to PvP build right now. But I've been working on refining FourKExO again to make it work, and I've come up with a way to get it out at the same time.
Don't kid me, right? No more FourKExO.
Well, you have to understand how powerful FourKExO is in PvP.
Trust me, I know how powerful it was. I was losing my PvP all the time. I mean,
well, I've come up with a way, I think, to get the exact same timings as the old FourKExO, warping in at 5:30.
Wait, you managed that?
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
Well, we're gonna do it. I'll show you how I did it.
Just a second. I need to grab something to num
sure.
and
Num num. Some num num. I need a quick bite of num num real fast.
2 minutes. Okay,
We're good.
I'm back.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, make referee.
My StarCraft is stuck.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, your StarCraft is stuck. Okay. So I'm gonna go over these builds with PvP. I want you to don't worry about practicing this 4-gate one so much, because again, this is a 4-gate, but, practice the 3-gate Robo. I think that fits your style a lot better than any other PvP build I've seen.
Yeah, when you look at my style, I'm very, very defensive player.
And this build favors being defensive until you get out a couple Colossus, so that's why I think it's good. And it lets you use the Observer to find out everything your opponent's doing. Now, a trend I've noticed lately in PvP that I haven't had much time to experiment with. I've been trying, but usually the games don't get this far. People have been starting to go Archons very heavily in PvP. Zealot Archon instead of Zealot Colossus. And I find the Archons actually can be very effective against Colossus-based armies. But it's kind of weird, so don't worry about that too much. Just realize if you start getting really gas heavy, and you've already got a Twilight Council, gotten charge lots or something, it's okay to start throwing it on Templar Archives just to make like a gas dump. So like that's what the one power of it is. You get Templars which are really cheap and make Archons for all your gas, and Zealots go to all your
from one base, right?
Well, yeah, everything starts off as one base. There's no fast expand in PvP. It doesn't exist.
Thinking it might be kind of all in-ish.
I haven't found it to be. I found it to be great into the mid-game. Because you can get lots of warp gates and you have lots of stuff to dump, and it lets you play a more expansion-based style when you do that. Whereas Robo play, you've got to be a little more conservative. Got to build up that Colossi count. Because, I mean, I built up this huge Colossi army this one time. I've been on both sides of this coin. And, oh, I forgot the scout, by the way.
I know, I have to scout, so it's okay.
Well, I don't want the mineral count to be inflated because I didn't scout. But, even scouting this late's not that bad. So, geez, I got totally distracted. But when I've built up these huge Colossus armies before, and they've, like, died because Archons tank so much, and you can have so many Zealots if you do that. Anyway, what were you saying?
I'm just thinking aloud because there's these bad habits I have when it comes to control groups. I hope to work on it next week because it's kind of holding me back, especially when I try to forge fast expand with the two Stargates. With the way my groups are set right now, I just can't get it work too well. So I have to let go of some habits first.
Tell me what you mean, a little more specifically.
I mean, you told me like my Voids and Phoenixes have to be on two groups. And,
yes.
you know,
well, they don't have to be, but they pretty much have to be. Because if they're not, you're not going to be very effective. You're going to have trouble controlling between the two.
I actually found out I can't get it work too effectively as long as I have the bad setup I have right now. So next week I'll set a goal for myself to get rid of the habits.
Well, if you want to redo hotkeys, this is something I'm thinking about doing. Redoing the entire keyboard to make it easier to access certain things. And if you're interested in that... Huh?
I only need to get rid of having my fucking problem too.
Yeah, well, that's a big deal. But I'm talking about there's like things you can do with your keyboard now, like where you Oops, let me go ahead and build a forward pylon somewhere. Normally I'd have this in a better spot. But like where you put all of your hotkeys like around the A and where your left hand rests. Notice the warp in time right here. Gateways are transforming.
When I'm my left hand resting, it's on 2 actually.
So there we go. I'd be able if I have a supply block right now, I'd be 535 warping in.
Wow. Oh man,
Great.
I'm so happy.
It's old FourKExO basically. It's the old FourKExO timings. Everything. It's just like the exact same old FourKExO to me. I can't find any difference. I was trying to think of, well, what's different? And you get like a probe's a little slower, but you still stop cutting probes, so it doesn't matter too much. So anyway, I can't find a big difference between this and the other FourKExOs.
Wow. So people start skills. I was so happy that people don't do it so much. Right?
Well, no one's doing it a lot, but once people start figuring out you can FourKExO really effectively again, it's going to happen a lot. And if you're interested in doing FourKExO effectively, there's a good FourKExO replay. That's how you can do it at the old timing, pretty much. Anywho. So, you wanted to do Forge Fast Expand. You wanted me to just go over the build for it?
Yeah, I just thought I have the reference for...
Okay, no, let's be clear. A lot of these builds we're doing are also, they're openers and builds. They're kind of like hybrids almost. Like the 3-gate robo, that's an opener and a build. You know, you open with the gates, you go to the robo. I mean, it's a build. But like Forge Fast Expand can lead to different builds. Forge Fast Expand is your opening, and you can do all sorts of different builds with it. So what kind of builds do you want to do?
Yeah, I know. It's just, I can go for what you showed me last time, the Stargates or Gateways or whatever. Yeah. It's up to me.
So, one thing I want to talk to you about, if you do decide to go for the like Stargate play, like the two Stargate into Colossus, so Void Colossus play, I want to stress a few things. First off, in that build, when you're doing Void Colossus, Void Rays are your key unit, not Colossus. You need to favor production of Void Rays, because Void Rays are what's gonna stop when you get Colossus out. And you start getting like 3 or 4 of them, you're pretty effective against Roach play. You're pretty effective against Hydras. You're effective against the ground-based play. Infestors are always kind of a shaky thing, but you're effective against you're effective against it. Trust me.
If I may, I'm actually afraid of going just focusing on the voids when he's Hydras. He's Hydra heavy.
No, you get Colossus. Don't get me wrong. You get Colossus, and there's a point where you might have to stop Void Rays to get Colossus. But once everything's going, once you have all 4 gas, you have 2 Stargates, you have the ability to produce Colossus, Void Rays are your primary unit, not Colossus. Because what he's going to do, 99.9% of the time, is get Corruptors to stop your Void Rays and to stop your Colossus.
That's true.
And if you don't have enough Void Rays, your Void Rays will all die, your Colossus will all die, and you can't produce more because he has too many Corruptors, which will eventually become Broodlords. So, you never want to get into that situation. You always want to have lots and lots of anti-air to stop him from doing that. Or to force him to really, really, really overmake Corruptors, that way you can just plow through his...
Don't even mention them. I lost my nice fucking army to fucking Corruptors.
Yeah, Corruptors are... And Archons are really good against Corruptors, by the way. Archons, like, see Corruptors and eat them. No. So... But that's for another time. So let's go Forge Fast Expand, and you wanted to do Stargate Colossus player? Did you want a 6-gate or what?
Just a basic opener with just Stargates, because last time you showed me it wasn't, I think, too refined, and I want to know when exactly I'm supposed to have the basic opener with the...
Okay, so the first question comes to mind. Do you want me to play this build like I've scouted pool first or hatch first?
Actually pool first, because...
Okay, well, on Tal'Darim Altar, sometimes you can't always scout. So when you can't scout, you have to assume pool first.
I think it's kind of safer to play it, and you assume it's pool first.
Well, if you scout that it's hatch first, it's riskier to assume it's pool first. Like, does that make sense? Like, if you get the Nexus later, when you scout him hatch first, that means you'll have defenses that are doing nothing because he doesn't have the ability to produce units anyway.
Okay.
So, in that sense, it becomes riskier because you got defenses when you didn't need to, and your expansion was later because of it. And you never want to have your expansion be later because you got defenses you didn't need.
Yeah.
Right about this. Pylon placement with the lower power radius is a lot harder on this map.
Yeah, I figured.
You have to have... Notice where this is, though. Look at the pylon radius of this. Look how it's not, like it's right in the middle and I can build everything right there. Just take note of that. Also, if you're interested, if you find yourself getting 6-pulled a lot on this map, another way to do this build that I've done when I think I'm going to get 6 pooled for whatever reason is I'll go 10 pool or 10 pylon, 10 forge, and then just play it out like normal. And that just gets that means if he is 10 pooling or 6 pooling, I'll be able to defend it a lot easier. But other than that, I just stick to everything the normal way. So I'm gonna pretend like he's in the top left, and I scout. Or I scout pool first, or I'll just actually scout him out, and I'll just assume I scout pool first when I do scout him. But notice how I'm actually not doing anything yet, because I'm thinking about taking that Nexus.
Yep.
And also, I am going to get the pylon, and so I'm going to scout him and see that it's pool first. Oh no! Help me! Help me! Help me!
I saw it. It was pool.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Oh no! I'm being rushed. I'm gonna get gateway here. Actually, I can afford to get it there. And you want to keep your probe here, especially if you're getting 6 pooled or something. So, like right now, I'm gonna focus on getting that expansion down. But if I see Zerglings coming at me, I'm gonna complete the wall. Okay? So notice I'm doing a total wall off.
Okay.
And if I see Zerglings, I'm gonna complete the wall. But I'm gonna assume that he's not doing anything crazy, and I don't have to do that just yet, and I can get the expansion down before doing so. Because most of the time you can. Not always, but most of the time you can. So, this is a little bit of a late expansion, but that's what happens when you have to build defense first. It's not terribly late, though. Not terribly late at all. And notice if you can, as soon as you get the gateway, and you're planning on going air, there you go. Where is my idle probe? There it is. Okay, and I'm going to complete my wall off here with the cyber core, because I know I can do it. And you kind of don't want to let your early probe die if you can avoid it, because you're going to want to send it in at about the 5-minute mark. That's a good time to see if he's trying to, like, all-in you or some sort. Because you do need to be aware, if you suspect all-in, throw down more cannons. Throwing down more cannons to defend, and I got supply block here because I was talking, but throwing down more cannons to survive is okay if you think you need them. But you want to get away with throwing down as little as possible. But if you have to throw them down to survive, that's what you want to do. Okay, and what you can do here, you have a choice. I'm going to let you know. Right here, I'm in the position I'm in. I can make a few decisions. So first off, I could get Warp Gate and a Stalker, delaying my Stargate a little bit. And the Stalker's going to let me kind of deny Overlords. Or I can go straight for the Stargate.
If I may, actually, at this point, I can decide to do either two Stargates or Robo play or anything. At this point,
at this point, you can really vary to whatever you want to do. Yeah, you can go 5-gate from this point. You can go 3-gate Robo. You can do a lot of stuff from this point. Yeah. So I mean, if this is all you want, we can just stop it here. But
go for the Stargate because I need to see the timing for these.
Well, the timing's gonna change. Now I'll try and play it as conservatively as possible. So getting it as late as possible while still getting out as fast as I can. Does that make sense? I'll do everything else. I'll get the Warp Gate. I'll get the Stalker. All of these things are going to eat up my gas and get my Stargates later, but I'll do everything I can to make it come out. So I'll get the Stalker, chrono both of those.
For some reason, sometimes it just didn't click for me. It was coming too late. And,
What?
when I tried this build, it just didn't, went too smoothly for me.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of micro involved. But again, you don't have to. I think I'm a little overzealous as far as being active with units. You don't have to be extremely active to be successful. So notice I could get these Void Rays out a lot faster, but I'm trying to do everything as conservatively as possible so that you'd be safe.
Yeah, it's such
And to some extent, delaying these Void Rays is actually kind of risky. Because if he's all-inning me or something, I don't have them out to do damage and start attacking as soon. Which would mean I'd have to throw down more cannons randomly. And I don't like throwing down cannons if I don't have to. I like having that money for something else.
Yeah, I can totally understand that.
There we go. Although I definitely don't think this is the ideal situation. Because you'd want to get these Void Rays out as fast as possible, and because I did the Stalker and I got the Warp Gate tech, they're not going to be as fast as possible. But, that being said, okay. So, at this point in time, 8 minutes in, I'm approaching 8:30, I'd want to go ahead and move out with these Void Rays because it is so late. But, if you do this earlier, if you skip the Stalker and the Warp Gate, or you got to expand first and you got your gas sooner, you could go wait for two Phoenix after this, because notice I'm building Phoenix right now. You can't check, but I am building Phoenix.
I see it.
And then,
I have the production up.
Okay, yeah. So, give me a second. I could wait for two Phoenix and then move out with 4 Phoenix instead of moving out with just the Voids, That way, when I get there, it's more of a surprise, because as soon as you start moving out with these Void Rays, there's a chance he's going to scout it. And he has more time to react. Anyway. Right about now, though, notice I'm building Phoenix. This is when I'm going to get the Robo Bay.
Yeah.
And you always want to do that. Whenever you start building the Phoenix, you want to get the Robo Bay. Now my Void Rays are attacking.
I think there should be like 2 gates coming sometime, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, so from this point, and I need more pylons too. You get a lot of options. If you need cannons to defend right now, you throw down cannons. If you can afford to get some gateways, you'd want to get anywhere from, you've got 1, so you either want to get 2 or 3 more. And the priority, of course, is going to become getting your Colossus out as fast as possible, because once the Void Rays are out on the map, or he has scouted them, and if he scouts them, so there's a couple things that can happen here. A bunch of different scenarios. But at any time that he scouts the Void Rays, you can almost expect Hydras at the beginning. It's really rare that he'll go straight for Corruptors. So you need to be getting that Colossus out as fast as possible once you scout, or once he scouts the Void Rays. And when you move out, that's kind of like, okay, I need to be getting Colossus now. And once you do that, you go back to Void Ray production after Colossus is on its way. And then you get some gateways, and also what you'd want to think about doing here is after you do your harass with the Void Rays, and don't let the Void Rays die if you can help it, you really want to keep them alive, you want to go back to your base, or you want to be thinking about taking an expansion right now and securing it with cannons, because your minerals, when you do this build, are going to naturally be high. So what it's going to let you do is while you're getting Colossus and Void Rays, and just gateways are building, etc., you expand and throw down a bunch of cannons to defend it because you have excess minerals.
Yeah.
Okay. So once I get 4 to 6 Phoenix, I would start favoring lower numbers of Phoenix. I would only go, and in fact, you don't even have to go Phoenix if you don't want to. I go the Phoenix. I like to pick up the Queens, harass the Queens. It really forces him to go Hydras when you start doing that to him. But if you just want to go for the unit composition and just harass with the Void Rays, don't try and do any major damage, then you can just skip Phoenix altogether. Go straight into Colossi, get your gateways up faster, you get your Colossi up faster, and you're building your late game unit comp faster. So it's a little bit better for the late game. It gives you less harass potential if you skip the Phoenix. You can't harass as much, you can't do as much damage with just the 2 Void Rays, but it also gets your Colossus out faster, you get expand comes faster, everything comes faster if you skip the Phoenix. Okay? So
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you, what you want to do.
Well, I only think I know, as long as I don't fix my bad habits with the control groups, I can use the Void Rays and Phoenix's combination to effect.
You need to fix that.
Yeah.
No matter what. Because with this, you essentially, end up with your Gateway Army on a hotkey, and at worst, your Void Rays and Colossus on the same hotkey. So it's at least 2 hotkeys of control groups, at least, no matter what. And this can get, doing this, you really more like 5, or not 5, 3 or 4 control groups of units.
You've seen my control groups. My army is usually on 1.
Well, you need to get at least 1 and 2 going. At least 1 and 2 going. That you cannot succeed without at least 1 or 2. And
the problem with this, if I start to relearn this, I will lose a lot, and I don't feel up to losing too much.
wait, what?
If I try to change my hotkeys,
you don't have to change them. You don't have to change anything about your hotkeys.
no,
All
I mean
you
the
have
control
to do.
groups. I mean the control groups.
All you have to do is stop hotkeying your 2 probe, and you'll be fine. You've got a key right there ready. You don't have to change hardly anything. All you have to do is do it.
It's just very easy for me to use these 2.
You've got to start breaking out of your habits. There's nothing I can tell you to help you do that other than you got to stop doing it. So, I mean, that's on you.
I think when I try to change it, I will just start losing a lot, or my macro will be shit.
How is changing a hotkey of your control group going to affect your macro? That doesn't correlate in my mind. It might make your unit control worse. It's not going to stop you from macroing.
Well,
I mean, it's not like you change. Oh no, I'm using 2 for Colossus now. Shit, my base is on fire. What the fuck happened?
No, it's just when I'm moving my army, and then I'm like, fuck, I need to build this, so I just hit my 2, and I'm fast in my probe and build it, so it's faster, you know.
But that's all you have to do is hit, instead of 2, you hit your 3 to go to your Nexuses. Or whatever your Nexus hotkey does. It's 3 for me, but you just double tap your Nexus hotkey and it's the same thing.
Yeah, I know, it's in things to do to get rid of this, because it's hindering me in this kind of stuff. And it's kind of annoying.
This is really geared towards late game, so if you want to skip the Phoenix, that's fine. I actually, when I was first doing this, I really thought you had to get out there and do damage, but now as I think about it more and more, and I've played it out more and more, and I've taught more people to do it, I think it's okay to skip your Phoenix. It's okay because you get the Void Rays out, you get your Colossus out faster, and you get yourself in a really good tech position, so where you start getting out these powerful units that they're going to have a hard time dealing with. And you still have the excess of minerals to expand with. So, it leaves you in a good position. Anywho, anything else you want me to do from this point, or is this good? Are we good for this game?
It's good. I think it's good. I'll just save it for my review.
Notice this was as safe as possible. Like, I could have done this a lot differently. I could have gotten those Stargates out much faster. But that's about as safe as you get.
The more you see my style, I think you realize I'm very safe defensive player. So I'm not the type of who would be aggressive overly in the early game, because I don't just.
Well, this isn't even about being aggressive. I mean, you've gotta get units out in case he is roach all inning you. But
roach rush. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Your Void Rays will be able to handle that if you get them out in time. But that's the thing. More safe you play at the start, the later they'll be. So, just be aware that it's okay sometimes to skip that Stalker and to skip that Warp Gate to get your Stargates out faster.
Okay. I will save the replay. Just a second. Rename. Okay, I got it.
All right. So I do want to watch you play some today, because I've been showing you all this stuff. I want to see you go. Hugo. So,
Want me to find someone, or?
You can find somebody about your level if you'd like, or I will find somebody.
Which race?
Well, what do you want to practice? We've done something with PvP, we've done some stuff PvZ, and we need to do a little bit of PvT. So, it's really up to you.
I'm not going to see who's online first. If someone is playing, oh my god, he's very evil Terran, but I might try him.
Okay. Terran.
I never beat this guy. He's too bad. Well, I mean, too bad. I just can't beat him.
What?
You've
never beaten him?
I never beaten this guy, I'm asking.
Why not?
because he's too good.
Alright, well, hopefully we'll beat him.
A specific map you want me to play on, or I can just pick one?
It's up to you. Chugga chugga choo choo. Cuckoo kachoo.
I enjoy this one. It's kind of simple, nice. Wait. Need to... Oh, if you were in my party, you'll be already in. Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm not in your party, am I?
Oh, just join me. Just click on me and join me.
Okay, good.
Don't be fooled. This guy is easily master player. He's very good.
Okay.
I just
let's get started. I'm gonna try. Don't use your chrono boost past 3 on the Nexus, okay? Don't use your 4th chrono boost on probes. Good luck. Die in the fire. Notice it's not die in a fire, because die in a fire would mean just any fire. You said the fire, as if there is a specific fire you want him to die in. Go die in the fire over at Betty's house right now. Okay? The fire, not a fire, the fire. Die in the fire. What does that mean? I'm concerned. You didn't make me ref, by the way. You should have made me ref so I could pause it.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and not pause it. I'm gonna try and not as much tell you what to do as more as guide you on what you want to do, and we'll talk about why if you want to do is wrong or right. But try not to rely on everything I'm saying, or rather, try not to just like I don't want to just yell out, do this, do this, do this. Oh,
God,
great, there we go. Okay. I think you actually beat him on the worst split in the world that time, so I don't know what he's complaining about. Actually, can we remake?
Remake.
You guys are on close positions,
okay.
And while there are things we can talk about in close positions, it's sucky. In close positions, you don't need to ever get more than 2 base. It feels like it really sucks. But on the bright side, on 2 base, when you're doing a 3-gate expand, you can put a lot of pressure on them really fast. Really easily.
Okay, I'm invited to party and just let's go from there. It'll be easier. There.
Host on the MLG version so we don't get this close position stuff.
There. Just don't join up there. What's MLG version? We want this one?
Yeah.
Wow. This is broken.
What?
I typed MLG Metalopolis and I got so many maps.
Just type MLG.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I got it. I hate close position myself, to be honest. It means that they might try some kind of all-in.
Well, it's because it's going to be good on that map. Close positions is like 2 feet away. It's ridiculous. Close positions is bad for this game on any map because the close positions are so close. It shouldn't be that way. Like in Brood War, Lost Temple, close positions, like what we think of as close positions, was not close in Brood War. Close positions was close by air. But they made it so close on these closed maps. I cannot wait till we actually start getting some good map teams for this game that actually get approved, but whatevs. Here we go again. Alright, go. Remember, don't scout close positions because we're on the Metalopolis map. You don't have to scout close position.
Yeah. Right.
Or MLG map, rather.
I think ESL maps are right. I like that as well.
ESL?
Yeah, it's European League.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'll take your word for it.
Man,
Here we go.
Sing.
Hum. I was humming the Dr. Mario theme, yo. Rally your Nexus to that closer mineral patch that has no probes on it.
I mean this?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is something you don't have to do, but I do this. I switch my rally point of my probes. How did he get ahead of you?
He did.
He must have just started. Production-wise, he's 2 seconds ahead on his probe.
What?
SCV, whatever. I think he started before you did. Okay, be aware you're 9 scouting right now.
Yeah, I'm always doing that.
Okay.
I feel safer, you know.
Oh my goodness, probes.
Oh yeah, I somehow. Come on, tell me you're not here. Come on. No. I hate this.
Come on, your chronos are building up. Oh, you're not doing it on purpose. My bad. Sorry.
I'm doing.
That was okay. Sorry, I forgot you might be. I forgot you 9 scouted, so it's okay
Yeah.
to knock chrono right away.
I'm going to see what he's actually. I need to heal. Whatever.
You have not enough minerals. Base is under attack.
Come on, he's going fast.
You have not enough minerals.
One more to get. There it goes. You can go. You can spin that 3rd chrono on your Nexus, by the way. 3 chronos on the Nexus is fine.
I need my probe. He's really still at it. I mean, he's still nibbling my pylon. He's ridiculous.
Build a Zealot. You do want to get that Zealot up, remember?
Your probes are under
Don't ever forget that Zealot.
Oh, he killed my scout. Ah, bitch. Oh, come on. Just die. Like, I need my gateways. I need my gateways. Well, at this point, I'm like, I need this and this.
There you go, chrono. Chrono both of them.
And now I can't get my big gateways.
Send your probes to harvest. Get a pylon as well. Pylon is more important, yeah. You got another probe sitting idle. Don't let probes sit idle.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and send a probe out towards his base. Because remember, no matter what, we want to get a forward pylon somewhere near his base. And
Why? Wait.
you always want to... okay.
game paused.
You always want to be spreading pylons around the map, getting pylons at different positions, just to give you options, because they let you scout, they let you warp in. You always want to have forward pylons all over the place. So never be afraid to put a forward pylon down near his base, which I think you should be doing.
How about I put it like not too close to his base, like you see the high yield base somewhere around the corner there. If I put it here, it's okay.
Yes, that's the perfect spot to put it.
Okay.
You don't, by forward pylon, I don't mean at his ramp. I just mean somewhere near his base. Okay. Yeah, that's a perfect spot to put it. Even like, it does not have to be that close. Even I mean, that is actually where I might put a pylon. So yeah, that's a great spot to put a pylon. Don't be afraid to do that. Anyway, what do we need to be doing right now before I unpause?
I don't see my base. We paused very bad.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you need a sentry and your 2 gateways, because you can't do a 3-gate build without 3 gateways. So,
okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Game resumed.
Pro production.
Oh, damn it. I need a forward pylon somewhere, right?
Yeah, go put it somewhere near. Get another. You want a pylon like right at the edge. You see at the corner of your base that's close to the watchtower. That's a good spot for a pylon.
I don't know.
Chrono your warp gate tech again. Don't forget your probes.
Okay, I guess this. Zealot.
That's enough.
I never know. Actually, I built a Zealot after this.
You want to get something out fast, because now it's probably not worth it, because that warp gate's going to finish pretty soon. But go ahead and start moving out, or Actually, I don't know if I'd
this,
move out
right?
yet.
I don't have
I mean, it's okay, but you could go ahead and wait for Warp Gate to move out. But you want to be doing all of this. Remember, as soon as Warp Gate finishes, you want to expand, get your units out. Okay.
Wow, I have so many minerals.
Okay, I'd go ahead and move out now and warp in at your forward pylon.
Okay.
She's actually found it, so you need to warp in now. 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 Probably too late.
Damn it!
Okay. Go pressure him. You need to find out what he's doing. And you need to keep your warp-ins up. He only warped in 2 units? You could have warped in 3?
I can, I was on cooldown.
You had 3 gateways. They turned into warp gates. Keep pressuring. Why are you backing off? Why are you backing off? He has 1 bunker that just barely finished. You could have stopped it from finishing. Force field the ramp. Don't let any SCVs get out. There you go. Warp in more units. Keep the pressure on him. Don't get away from that ramp. He's shooting you from the ramp. Get away from the ramp. Get away from the ramp. Okay, keep going. Keep the pressure up.
I'm not comfortable doing this.
This is exactly what you need to be doing with this build. If he tries to get away with the fast expand, you can't let him.
Justice.
Okay, and you need to be careful here. Now you back away. But your expansion's up now. You've delayed his mining at that expansion. Good. This is what you wanted to do. Transfer some probes. Get back on track. You're in a good position now.
He had the tanks. I have to go robo.
Okay. Now, because he had a tank and he had it in siege mode, you know what that almost always means? He doesn't have Banshees. So you know what you can do? You can go Robo Colossus if you want, but I would go Charge Lots.
Charge light. Okay, let's try that. I really want my gateway.
That's my personal preference. That's what I would do. Robo is the safer tech, technically, because you get the Observer out. I think if I see siege tanks like this, I would go Charge Lots.
I need to get this. Wait.
Watch your units. Watch your units. I think you're okay to engage there, yeah. Okay, back off. Don't overcommit here.
No, I'm not coming.
I would go back to your base. This forward pylon's not necessarily a safe position anymore, so get some more supply and get your Twilight Council. Let me see. You're already getting that? Yes, you are. That's kind of a risky position to put your Twilight Council in, but it's okay. And go ahead and you want to get about 5 gateways. And spread your pylons out of the base. Notice how we got a whole bottom half of our base you can't see? Put pylons around the edges here, particularly in that bottom right corner of your base.
In my main,
towards the Zelnaga Caverns, or the Zelnaga Tower. You want to have a pylon there so you can warp on the low ground right outside. That's a great position to have a pylon.
Under Zelnaga?
No, right on top of the high ground in your base, closest to the Zelnaga Tower, in that corner. Keep up your pro production, get more on gas. You actually don't need, when you're going charge lots, to get this much gas that fast. So, and you also have 3 geysers not harvesting, but with those geysers, you'll be able to get high Templar, so it's okay. Keep going with the charge lots, though. You're okay. You need to relax. Less stalkers. You have a lot of stalkers. You need to get charge out as fast as possible when you're going charge lots. So these stalkers you built are hurting you doing that. Keep warping and use some more pylons.
I don't have gas for them. I can't spend my money.
Spend your warp in zealots. Warp in lots of zealots. And if you can't spend, that's kind of weird places to put pylons. Don't put things in such vulnerable spots. But be thinking, you can expand if you get an excess of money here. But be thinking lots of charge loss and you want to get a high Templar and you eventually want to get Robo. But chrono that charge out and preferably get a Forge and +1 armor out as well. Okay, so there's lots of things you can be building.
What do you think for the defense?
You want to be really charge lot heavy when you're doing this.
Figured.
You're doing really well. Go ahead. Tell me.
Cloning my gateways, so I just can get the zealots out.
That's fine. If you got unused chrono, spend it. But I think you're in a better position, stronger position than you think. Notice how your money's building up a little bit, so I would get down your forges, get upgrades, get high Templar, and if you got extra money, expand again.
Expanding.
Yeah, good job. Get high Templar now, especially because you're gonna want to have high Templar out, I think. But
right.
and you do want to get your Robo out about now, anyway. So do get a Robo. I would start thinking about pressuring. Once your charge finishes, yeah, your charge is finished. I would consider attacking him. Get some more zealots and pressure. Yeah.
On my robo?
What's up?
I'm getting the robo.
Yeah, get your robo. Definitely get your robo. And you're gonna want to get observers first thing. But
yeah. I don't know what he's up to, so I'm kind of feeling not to say.
Yeah, well, you do need to get prepared to attack sometimes, which is why controlling the Zonog Tower is okay. But just keep on building your units, and your Templar Archives finished. So go ahead and get. And you could even afford to get a few Archons right now if you wanted, but get Psionic Storm going, get some Templar, and you should be really set.
Wow. I'm broke. Damn it.
That's good! You are in an excellently strong position at this moment.
Oh, I need to transfer some probes from here.
You've got a lot at your main, yeah. You don't have so many at your natural.
I know.
There we go. And now you can warp in High Templar now, because you've got excessive gas. The High Templar is gonna...
I just used my gateways, I'm on cooldown.
That's okay. Just warp him in next. Get your observer out. Find out what he's going.
Okay, let's see. Server there. Templar, right? I can't use these big...
Templar. You want to get those Templar building up. And so remember, if your money starts getting high, more gateways. So you've only got... Let me hit W real fast. Oh, I can't actually do that, but... You've only got 5 gateways. Go ahead and get first off...
I got 3.
3 on your gas in your main. You have a gas doing nothing in your main. That hasn't done anything all game. Definitely don't want to let that happen. I don't know how I let that slide.
Wow.
But...
Uh-oh.
Okay. Watch out, watch out. I think it's okay to attack into that. Guardian Shield and attack.
What the fuck? Why it doesn't go up?
Okay, you need to back off a little bit.
I'm dead.
You're not... Oh my goodness, you need to calm down. Back off, chrono your gateways, get a few more units at... Preferably, you'd want some storms there, so which you could have had. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Keep... Huh?
My temples are dead.
I know they are. You kind of had a bad engagement there. You need to spread out, but it's okay. Keep warping zealots. You need zealots right now, or get archons. Zealots or archons. Chrono all of your gateways. You had 3 more gateways finished. Back off with your units. Don't let them get hit by tanks. Yeah, so you want to keep backing off. I would get archons right now since you really can't afford to get +2 armor. By the way. Come on, you need to really spend your money. You need to focus on warping in fast as possible. That's your key. You won't want to die. So warp in units and warp in more gateways. Archons or wait for Storm. Your pick. If you wait for Storm, though, you need to be aware that he could pressure in. You don't want to die to that. Chrono your gateways. Keep warping in units. You've got 2 units available to warp in right now. Keep warping in. Keep warping in. Warp in. Go. Keep warping in units. Keep warping in units. Watch your stuff. Warp in another round of units, not Stalkers. Stalkers are the enemy. Zealots and Templars. Zealots right now. You've got so much money. You need to spend those. You need to warp in. Okay? Spread your units out and engage. Spread them out. Don't go all in one ball here. Well, okay, let's go in. But keep going. You don't have all your units attacking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me tell you right now, this guy was a scrub. You were so far ahead of him, it wasn't even funny. You were about 20 supply ahead with better tech. Better upgrades. Just got engaged into a bad position. And he's not pushing his luck, and you need to work on spending your money. Your gateways are sitting idle too much.
I wanted to quit this game, you know.
You shouldn't have wanted to quit, because you could have won. You got it into your head that you lost way too early. Way... Huh?
I mean, I'm dead right now, you know.
Really, in reality, you're really not even dead right now. The problem is you had bad engagements. With tanks, charge lots are really good against tanks, but you need to spread them out. And you had everything in a ball, and you keep warping in Stalkers. Stalkers suck versus Marine tank, and especially with point defense drone. You wouldn't want to do Stalkers. You'd want to get some High Templar, because notice how all he has is a Marine tank. You've put a couple of storms on those Marines, they're all dead. The chargelets rip through the tanks, you eat him alive. You had the superior army and combo this game. I think this guy is. I'm not impressed by this guy at all. You just got caught out of position because this guy is bad.
Okay, I'm rage quitting this game. Okay.
Yeah, at this point it's okay, but whew. So let's back it up to where you lost.
No,
We're gonna watch this
I
replay.
never beat this guy.
You were so far ahead of him, though. So far ahead. And I think you have this mental state issue where you get into your head that you're losing way before you're losing. Because you were so far ahead of him. It was silly. It was silly. So load up the replay.
Okay.
We're going to watch it on ×2. And I'll show you exactly what you should have been doing. ×2 at 0-0. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm loading up. Wait. ×2. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright?
Yep. He's nearly master's level. I mean, he's beating everyone.
Who cares about him? You played better than him in this game. Except for that whole getting out of position thing. Overall, though, your build was better. You were the better player in this game. You should have won. And you need to take that attitude in more of your games. You can't just go, oh, well, he's almost master level, so he can beat me. It's one thing that you and boys both do. It's, oh, well, they're better than me, so it's okay if I lose. No, it is never okay if you lose. You need to be confident in yourself.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not okay with losing. It's just, I kind of expect it somehow.
You shouldn't. You were ahead in this game. You should have expected to win this game. Alright, so up until this point, everything was going fine. So right now, okay, this is good. 1 second. Right about now is when you should have started throwing down your gateways. You waited a long time to start throwing down that second and third gateway. But, it's okay. Just be mindful that you could have those gateways out way sooner. Safely, way sooner. By the way, pull up the income tab. So notice how you're pretty far ahead on harvesters right now. He does have the mules. But watch what happens here. You'll see what I'm talking about. So you put down that fourth pylon. That was good. And...
our income tab is kind of similar.
Right. You finished Warp Gate. And you should have warped in 3 units here. You only warped in 2. Oh no, you warped in 1 at home? I'm not sure what happened here. Somewhere a unit got warped in or something that I wasn't sure of. Now, look right here. Notice how he has nothing? And you back off. You could have killed that Marauder, could have killed that SCV building the bunker. I mean, do you see that?
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
I'm very bad at early aggression. I mean, really bad.
Okay, we need to work on that. You need to be not as bad. But look at the income tab in the meantime. Notice how you're far ahead on harvesters at this point?
Yeah, harvesters, right. Yeah, I have more.
And your expansion. So you're in a good position here.
Yeah, it was pissing me off.
Oh.
I just could win and...
Okay. Notice you're 10 ahead on supply. And I think you got your assimilator. So when you go charge belts, by the way, you don't need to get more than 2 gas until you start going to high Templar. You don't need to be so heavy on that gas. But so now is a good time to back off. You really could have kept up more pressure on him, but those siege tanks make it dicey. So I think backing off here is the good situation. You like warping in stalkers for some reason. And maybe that's because of PvZ. Stray away from stalkers in PvT. They're not a good unit.
Yeah, I don't know why I do it. It's just...
So you notice 2 more stalkers. We need to get that charge out as soon as possible, and need to start warping in lots of zealots. So still 15 supply ahead right now. Well, now 11, but still, you're considerably ahead on supply, and you're getting a better combo, much better. Look at the worker count. You're 14 ahead. So,
Damn it.
he's got this tiny little army. By the way, this army is very fragile. So, I think your army is actually very superior, especially when you get charge out. But remember, you want to be getting charge and +1 armor, and then you want to get High Templar, and then Robotech.
Yeah, I see his. Oh, he's so fucking small. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you're taking that third base before him. You're getting way ahead. Way ahead.
Well,
The problem was, you needed to, for one, spread your units out, and for two, look what happened. Your stalkers blocked your zealots, and you go into this big ball versus splashy siege tanks.
Oh yeah, I see where this is getting. Right. Damn it. Wow.
And +1 armor was almost done. Lots of zealots. Look how far ahead you're. 20 ahead on supply. Well, he just caught up a little bit, but still.
Yeah.
And if you'd warped in a few Templar earlier, you'd have had Storm up. In fact, I think you did have Storm up, just didn't get used. Maybe not.
I think not.
Okay, so look what happened right here. Your units are in a giant ball. For one, you didn't use Guardian Shield. And he took some pot shots. And then I think going in at this point was okay. But you should have backed off it sooner. You should have retreated, warped in another round of Zealots, and you'd be okay. But you're still not dead at this point. Spread out your units against siege tanks. You kind of just let him come up and start shooting you, and you attack in a ball. You need to spread out, engage from multiple angles, and preferably you'd want some storms. Because if you had storms, this would have been just so easy. Kill. And from here, again, you'd still want to spread out units. Like spread them out. You kept attacking in a ball. You need to be willing to spread physically, manually, put your units way spread out, and then just order them to attack, and they'll naturally converge.
You know
right
why
here.
I didn't spread out? I'm too used to having deadball. You know what I mean?
Okay, but that doesn't always work. You can't just say, well, and look right here, you left units behind, that was not good. It can't be, well, I like the death ball, so you've gotta, especially versus siege tanks, you should have had this game. Like, rewind it to about, give me a second, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Look at 14 minutes, I think. No, even later.
Wait.
If you look at the 15-minute mark, just go to the 15-minute. And look at the army size.
Oh, wait. This is 14. It won't let me. Just a second.
Particularly if you'd warped in some Templar earlier, you really would have won. But I don't think you even lost at this point, so.
Okay, I'm at 15 right now.
Okay. Look at the army. And look how his army is Siege Tank Marine. And the problem with Siege Tank Marine against charge lots is Marines take splash damage from the tanks when your zealots charge into them. So if instead of having your forces in a giant clump right here, you have them spread out from down at this corner, this high ground corner where your zealots are standing, you have them spread out from here all the way up to like you see that Rob's gun sign, like on your third below it on the cliff. There's a Rob's guns. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see a little thing.
I mean, you don't even have to change your hotkeys. You just literally spread your unit out manually, and then when he attacks, and what you should have really done was try to control the Xel'Naga watchtower, so you know he's coming. But you have the more mobile army that's more effective against his combo. So I think you should have won at this point.
And I didn't have the storm yet. It was still in research at this point.
Right, but if you warp in Templars before then, as soon as Storm finishes, if they have 75 energy, you can Storm. So you don't have to wait till Storm finishes to warp in Templar. In fact, you shouldn't wait till Storm finishes to warp in Templar. Should have warped as soon as your Templar Archive's finished. Normally, what I like to do is I like to warp in one Templar, then start Storm, and I'll have a Templar ready to storm, probably 2 storms as soon as it pops.
Okay. I see another thing. I'm ahead of supply.
You're ahead in every way at this point. You should have.
Do I have to watch this?
No, we're not. I was just looking. I wasn't wanting you to watch at the 15. I was just saying, look at the 15-minute mark, because you were ahead at this point and you let it slide away from you.
Oh God!
You need to be more active with your units, and you need to be willing to control the map control. You had no map control. You need to be willing to control those Xel'Naga towers a little better.
I don't know how to fix that because
you move a zealot to the Xel'Naga tower. And if you see his army coming at you, if it's bigger, you run away from it. If it's smaller, you attack it.
damn it.
I mean, that's it. And with charge lots, when you charge lots, you can afford to send a zealot to a Xel'Naga tower and not worry about it.
No, I'm not.
It's one zealot.
Sorry, I'm just kind of pissed off because when I see this, I know I'm not that bad as I think. I mean, wow. He's
Well, yeah, I know. If you listen to yourself in the game, you were all like, "Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead right now. It's over." You're all panicky when you're so far ahead. It's ridiculous. You got down on yourself way too soon.
Oh God, this is ridiculous.
Anyway,
Okay.
so we're done with this replay.
Oh, we are done. Okay, I'll go off it.
With this replay.
Yeah. I know. Just. Oh my God. I would take so much satisfactory in beating this guy. Oh my God.
You should have beaten him. So you want to play him again?
Okay, I'll him.
Actually, I really don't want you to play him again because I don't know. Maybe you can. Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
So yeah or
map.
no?
Different map.
Different map. Which one?
Your pick. Different map though.
Which map? Which one? I would like Shakuras, but it's kind of bad versus Terran.
What?
Shakuras is bad versus Terran.
Shakuras is fine versus Terran.
How come? I always kind of beaten. No, not always, but sometimes.
Really? I love Shakuras because I got an easy third, and I can expand. I can do a 16 next on that map and get away with it.
Okay, let's see. I'm waiting on someone who's.
I haven't even gotten the invite yet. That was weird.
You didn't? I see.
Nope, I didn't get it until after you said that. So, make me referee and let's go.
Okay, referee.
Ooh, after this I'm gonna get a drink. I'm thirsty.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking. Okay, so
let's start.
ready. Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna do the 3-gate expand still?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember what we need to be doing when we 3-gate expand. Got to get a forward pylon down somewhere. It doesn't have to be super close, and be scouting around the 5-minute mark. Not necessarily between the 5 and 6 minute mark to find out what he's doing. Okay.
Okay.
Ugh.
Come on, lazy Proby. Oh, it's not emergency, right?
Well, it doesn't matter because you can't ever spawn close positions and.
Oh no, close position, but if it was MLG, it would be cross position.
No, in MLG they fixed it. You can spawn in both now.
Oh, that's like.
Yep. So it doesn't even matter. Shakuras is Shakuras.
I like this map otherwise. Just I don't like it as a style. around here, right?
Chrono your probes. Chrono your probes. You've only used one chrono on your Nexus so far. Chrono your probes. More probes. Come on.
Oh, damn it, I'm doing stupid.
Just fix that rally, fix the Nexus rally, fix the Nexus rally! Probes, don't forget probes, oh my goodness.
I didn't forget my probes.
You almost did, it was close.
No! I don't forget. He's nibbling my pylon, he's annoying.
Just let him nibble it, it's not gonna do anything. Gas, you need to get stuff on gas, yo.
What is up to? His gas. I think I'm going to go. Wow. I'm going to get forward pylon somewhere. I'm thinking, should I get a forward pylon now or later? I mean,
not yet.
I'll just park the probe here. Oh, not here. It's obvious here. Oi.
You require more Vespine gas.
More Vespine gas. Your pylon. Gateways.
Pylons on the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the way. I don't have gas. Oh, it's bad.
Well, it's because you didn't put probes on gas right away.
Yeah.
Chrono your warp gate research. Now you want to start thinking about getting a forward pylon. Keep it out of vision of the Zelnaga towers, though.
Let's see. I think it's usually one.
That's kind of a far away spot, but it's okay. Go scout him now with that probe, because remember, between 5 and 6 minutes, you want to scout what he's doing. Chrono your warp gate again.
Should I make some units from this? Because, I mean, my gateway...
You can if you have the money, and yeah, you have the money, so your stuff was a little delayed. Well, see, actually, the way I've been doing this lately, that means he's probably expanded, not necessarily, though. The way I would do this lately is instead of building those units, I'd wait for warp gate, or I'd expand, then wait for warp gate to finish. But
I can expand now.
yeah. Go ahead, and you still want to pressure that bunker a little bit.
I don't have too many units, you know what I mean? I need to wait for...
By the way, that bunker there on the hill does not mean he's expanding. Most of the time it does. It doesn't always, so...
Oh, wow.
There you go. So go pressure a little bit.
Pressure, right.
Again, this is why you lost last time you played Zonga Caverns. No pressure. And he got away with the super fast expand. So this is why you lay down the forward pylon and all that. Is that way you can do some pressure.
I need to build a... Damn it, I forgot my gas. Uh-oh.
Okay, notice how it's pure Marines? You need to get a Robo Bay out to find out what he's doing in there.
I need my gas as well.
Yep.
So is there...
Clear out the watchtowers, by the way. You just walked right into his... He's got a SCV at the Xanaga watchtower that you've walked right by. You need to clear out the watchtowers. Don't let him have map control for free. Probes, there you go.
I don't forget them that much. Just... I need gas. Let's see. I'm not buying on this one. Oh, okay.
So really, I want to back up and focus on the pressure you should have been doing at the start. You need to pressure earlier. By far. You need to use that first round of warp-ins to be warping in at a close forward pylon position and pressuring. Otherwise, if he did a fast expand and you let him get a bunker up and get away with it, he got away with it. Go scout with that observer. And you want to be getting Colossus out as fast as possible. You saw he had a lot of Marines. Colossus can plow through those Marines.
I'm going for upgrades.
And notice how you have nothing at the watchtowers? You need to at least put a probe at those watchtowers. Try and get control of them. Nuncle. Nothing, just something that came to mind.
Okay, he's building.
Okay, notice there's a bunch of forces, so be ready to force field your ramp and get your stalkers in the back. Notice you don't want your, don't do that. You wanted to trap him, not wall him off. Back away, back away, back away, back away, back away. Don't let him take pot shots with your zealots. Chrono a Colossus out. You actually need some what? No stalkers, no stalkers. Stalkers, no, not stalkers.
Sorry.
For one thing, he got his expansion up greedily and you didn't punish it. Just like that other game.
Okay,
For another thing, get him up the tower. You have a lot of zealots, right? Let him walk up the ramp and trap him with force fields. Don't cut him off. You force fielded the ramp, and then his units were able to shoot at your zealots, which can't hurt because you have force fields in the way. So, okay.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Go ahead and leave. Notice, look at the resource tab, how far ahead he was. Look at his build order. Barracks, Orbital, Marine, Command Center, 419. Then Reactor.
I just look at the graph and I'm...
You could have beaten this. Could have beaten them, but you have to... When you have Terrans that like to try and expand off one barracks, you have to delay that expansion at least until yours is up. That's part of this build. And when you're too defensive with your units, they get away with it and they get more money, they get more units, they win. And it's plain and simple like that. You gotta take advantage of the fact, because otherwise, if you just want to be so defensive like this, you need to do something like one gate expand. But if you do that, you'll lose the really early pressure builds, like 3 barracks. So, you just need to be ready to pressure with your 3 gate, not be so defensive, not hold up in your shell. You've got to learn to be aggressive sometimes, or they will get away with things. Can you ask him to do that same build he did in game 1?
Okay.
Or play similarly? Host on Typhoon Peaks. Or
You're gonna play him?
do Metalopolis again. Yeah, do Metalopolis.
Metalopolis? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave that up to you. I want you to do a similar build to what you did in game 1, but if you want me to show you how to do it and just demolish...
Go beat him, please. It will be better.
You can demolish Terrans. It should have been MLG Metalopolis, by the way. That's okay.
Sorry, okay. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't click anything.
I'm going to show you how you need to be active with a Zealot-based army like that. Because you can totally dominate a Terran that tries similar stuff.
Okay, MLG. There we go. Waiting for a party. Come on. Come on.
I accepted.
Oh, he's done. Let me see. So I'll make myself go kick his ass. Please do it. I just feel like raping his ass.
Such a weird sentiment to have.
Okay.
Oh, look, stalkers.
Yeah.
God, what is Binsky, that whore? Let's go. I hope you really know this guy, because you really insulted him.
Yeah. He's stalking me all the time when I play custom games.
So I'm gonna show you exactly how we should be doing this.
Please don't die.
I'm not going to die. Okay, first off, the key thing is to look at my APM right now.
APM?
Okay, there we go. That's good. That's good. Now that we've seen that.
I don't look at APM. Actually, when I look at the replays...
I know, it's a waste of time. But I was spamming pretty hardcore there, so...
I spam, but not for fucking APM, but to calm down and to focus, so...
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
I don't know what my APM
I
is.
spam the way I look like a pro when I get 300 APM at the start of the game, but...
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what my real APM is, actually, so... I never looked.
Your real APM is whatever your game is, because like spamming at the beginning doesn't affect you for very long. So once you get past 10-minute mark in a game, I've had my APM go up in the game anyway. So like, your APM is probably whatever your average APM is.
I don't know. I never checked.
I actually need to turn up my StarCraft volume because I can't hear it. And it didn't matter so much when I was just coaching, but now I actually need to hear alerts and whatnot.
I died myself with that. You know, when I kick this guy's ass, I'll be so happy. I never beaten him.
You should have beaten him that game we played today. God, you should have beaten him. But I can understand too, because you're really not used to playing with charge outs like that, and I do that every game, so I know exactly what to do. But not every game, but
no.
Look at him trying to be sneaky with that pro SCV. Doesn't he think he's pro? Yeah, back the fuck off.
He's not nibbling your pylon like he was doing it to me.
He's trying to delay my mining time, but lucky for him, I'm not gonna fall for it. I mean, lucky for me. He scouts really early for a Terran.
I think
he does. Terrans don't need to scout this early. Because what does he know? Oh, I'm doing the exact build that he knew I was going to do anyway. Great job with the scouting there. I mean, I scouted later, and, I mean, it's actually going to be detrimental for me because he has Marines. But he's walling off entirely, too. What is that, a tech lab? Okay.
What he's up to? Is he doing the same shit he's been doing?
He doesn't have to do the exact same build, it has to be the same style.
That's what I mean. Is he really doing the same style or not?
It doesn't the same. He can, as long as he's doing mostly tank. I mean, it doesn't even matter if he's not. That means he just like lied to you. So okay. I mean, if he wants to be that guy.
To be honest, I usually hate playing this guy because sometimes he just trolls me. In a way, not troll by words, but the way he plays is just troll.
Oh no, I understood what you meant.
And
so look at where I'm putting my forward pylon. Do you know why I'm putting it there?
Well, looking at the position of his base, he won't go this way, so he won't spot.
Yeah, and the watchtower can't see it. Like if he goes to the Xel'Naga watchtower, he can't see that pylon.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's good for me. I don't want him to see the pylon.
You are ahead, wow.
So notice right now what I'm going to do. I was actually thinking about building a unit there, but I'm going to go ahead and expand and just wait for my warp-ins.
You are expanding real fast.
Yeah, notice because I'm just waiting to get those warp-ins on my gateway. Because I know I'm going to get a sudden burst of units, so it's a little bit risky, but if worst comes to worst, I have to cancel it and I just defend my ramp. So no biggie.
I'm here in the shadows. Your probes are under attack.
There's like a bunker on the hill, so I'm going to have to get Robotech, unfortunately. I'm gonna look up this hill really quickly with a zealot, and then I'm probably gonna back off really fast.
Oi.
Oh, he's got a command center and tanks, so I know I'm safe to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get a Robo Bay to be safe, but I'm gonna get it after this.
Ah, yeah, I see.
So I'm gonna contain him is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna down.
You must construct additional pylons.
Me and him are like friendly rivals.
Okay, so notice how long I'm gonna sit on 2 gas for a really long time.
No.
And as soon as I get charge going, then I'm gonna get my Robo, but... And notice as soon as it gets out, I'm going with charge.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so now that siege tanks are out, I'm just gonna back it off. I'm gonna really be dirty, though. I'm not gonna let him get it down.
Troll him.
A little bit. So I'm getting a Robo Bay to be safe. Right now, I want to get a bunch of things out. I want more gateways and I want a forge. Now I'm gonna go ahead and back off. Because now I feel like it's risky to stay here.
You're going back off just to your forward pylon, not to your base?
No, I'm going around. I don't. In case he has something at the watchtower, I don't want him to see me. Even though I know he doesn't, I'm just being extra careful.
Okay.
So now I want to get another gate. I'm going to get a forge and a gateway. And see, normally I would try and get a feel for my opponent, and I would skip the Robo Bay because it's money I don't want to spend. I'd rather be getting a forge and upgrades, but. I'm trying to play it a little safer, just for you.
Okay.
Look how zealot heavy I am. Notice how many stalkers I have?
Yeah, just a few.
3.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow, yeah, I mean,
Research complete.
if he did something weird, and you know, I like banshees.
That's okay. I can defend banshees because I have an observer out. You shouldn't have told me that though.
Yeah, you have to. But so little stuff. Oh.
That's okay. I'll be able to scatter my. Looks like this does not look like banshees to me. Like maybe one banshee. Doesn't look like Tech Lab.
You must construct additional pylons. You must construct.
This does not look like banshees to
This
me.
is funny. You bought our supply block.
Yeah, a little briefly. Don't count on it happening very often. You see how vulnerable this position is, though? I can get right in here and start killing them.
It's just the way it's
Where's my pylons? I'm gonna double check what he has. This does not look like. Oh, and see how he's moving out with the Marines? I'm gonna make him pay for that. Just a second. See, I'm not having to engage because I know I got my expansion up sooner, so I'm not under pressure to start an engagement at all. 'Cause I know I'm just gonna keep getting ahead.
Wow, I would so get my start at this point.
I'm gonna get it really soon. I want to get Templar Tech out. I could probably kill him right now. Oh, looks like he's getting turrets out.
No, well,
Yeah, right now's a good time to get a third. I'm gonna do it. See, I'm focused. Now I'm gonna go in and attack.
It's a fucking banshee.
I got the Banshee covered. Oh, it left, but this is what you do to somebody who tries to go Banshee heavy, like the.
To the shadows.
Lot to do at once. See, now I'm warping in Stalkers. But I have Templar out to deal with his Banshees too, so I'm not really worried about him. I'm gonna get a couple cannons actually to defend, but I really don't even need them to tell you the truth. Looks like he picked off my gas probes. What a punk. Doesn't he think he's cool?
Just don't die, okay?
I'm gonna leave. Notice I'm leaving one Templar on my base. That's gonna be for feedback. I'm gonna get an observer, and I'm gonna get ready to be aggressive again. Right.
You don't have much to be aggressive with.
Oh, yes I do.
Ooh. You man have a balls.
I feel like I'm missing a gateway somewhere.
Wow, that happens to me as well. I was macroing fast, misclicked my probes, and I was like, why the fuck I'm not having enough minerals on third bases?
Look at him trying to take map control. No, sir. This is how I talk, by the way, when I'm playing a game. I talk to myself.
It's okay, I do it also.
And right about now, I start going for Colossus. Kind of late, but I like going Colossus now that he's going to be getting EMP and stuff. And let me go scout. And since I have map control, I feel free to take another base. Let's send a unit in, find out. And actually, I can probably stop pro production. Oh, look at all of that. This is beautiful. Watch this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, looks like he's backing off. Didn't get to catch him. I was gonna try.
Just let me see. Oh, yeah.
Notice how I'm containing him? I'm really spread out, and I'm containing the crap out of him. Oh, look at this. Oh, I can take this out.
I'll be pooping my pants right now.
I don't know why. Watch.
Oh fuck. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate these fucking raven things.
That's okay. Look, I am in a comfortable position. He's not doing nothing to me. And look what I've got coming now. It's like he's trying to harass me. Look, this is why I leave this Templar here.
He's trying. I didn't even notice. Where is he harassing you?
It looked like he's sending a Banshee up to harass my mineral line. See?
Oh.
And I warp an Ace Stalker.
LOL.
Get out. Bye. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I'm gonna get another Robo Bay. That sounds like a good idea.
He's so behind. Wow.
Let's see, what happened here? I don't like that. Looks like he's trying to take a third. I don't want him to. Hell, I could just attack. I don't even need these High Templar. I'm gonna back off just so I can wait till he sees my Colossus.
Go troll him or something.
Nah, I just want to finish him at this point.
Upgrade complete.
See, he's starving. He's like, has no minerals.
Upgrade complete.
Nope, I'm gonna go finish him now. Watch how I do this, though. I know he scanned me. Now I'm gonna spread my stuff out, just like this, and then attack.
Oh.
That's how you should play with charge guard. Not defensive. You contain. You aggressively stop them from moving.
Oh, hell.
Good lord, how did he keep up with me on resources so well? God, fucking mules. Anyway, that's how you play with charge lots. You kind of see how I did that? And I took a few risks in the sense that I got Robo and Charge and Forge. It's probably safer to throw down some more gateways. But I kind of like getting all of those things, so. Anyway, that's how you eat that alive. With charge lots and Storm. Do you notice how Storm ate him alive?
Yeah.
Marines just go poof.
It's just, it's micro, and something I haven't really worked on yet.
Well, notice there wasn't even that much micro into it. I spread my stuff out 1A, T, T, T. That's it. There's not much micro to that. The micro was spreading units out. I mean, if I was playing against a pro, I'd have been more careful. I would have backed up sooner. I wouldn't have lost all that army. Like, when I moved in, I just kept attacking him, and he had siege tanks on the hill, and I'm just like, oh, I don't care. I mean, you should care. But when an opponent lets you get so far ahead like that, I mean, I don't know. Anyway.
I lost to that. I feel really ridiculous.
Yeah, well, now you see. Did you see what I did, though? I was active at the watchtowers, and I never let him leave. I didn't just sit at home. I stayed out. And once I saw the Banshees, I left a High Templar there once. I got a cannon or two. I didn't overreact to knowing that there was a possibility of Banshees. I wasn't concerned about it because I knew I could handle it. No problem. One Banshee comes into your mineral line, you warp in a few Stalkers, you handle it. And if you were to send a whole fleet of Banshees into my mineral line, you can attack. And notice when he sent one Banshee, I just go, okay, I'm going to kill you now. And I go up and attack and kill all of his stuff. That's kind of going Banshee. That's really risky. Anywho, so is there anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns for me?
Thinking.
How much practice time are you going to have this week?
As much as I can fit in.
Okay, so you got a lot of stuff to try right now.
It's just I'm wondering tomorrow we are okay or not.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yep.
Okay.
As far as I know.
I'll be playing some matches during the night, so.
Okay, just practice. I'll try and practice everything. I know I'll give you a lot. So, on maps where you can Forge Fast Expand versus Zerg, you've got a couple things to try with that.
Actually, if I may comment.
Go ahead.
On the Forge Fast Expand, I'm not going to do it until I undo my bad habit, because I'm not too effective at it. Yes.
Okay, then you need to actively work at doing it. You can't say, oh, I'll do that later, and then never fix it. Actively work at fixing your hotkeys.
Yeah, I'm doing that on games which doesn't matter, so. When I play games which matters, I still keep doing it.
Oh, okay, try and fix that.
Yeah, it's my focus on the for the next week, actually.
You definitely got a PvP build to try, though. And for PvT, you don't have so much of a new build as a new mid-game option with going to charge lots and trying to contain. And not warping in Stalkers unless there are Banshees that you need to warp in Stalkers for. Notice how, after the beginning, no Stalkers.
Yeah.
I, warped in maybe 7 all game total. That was it. You don't need Stalkers. Stalkers are a sucky unit versus Terran. They just are. They suck versus everything. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow then.
One thing we have to talk about, that I don't like talking about this, but I've got to do it. We've been doing this for about a month now.
Let's see. Let's do it on the text because I'm recording this. So.
Oh, you haven't stopped recording now? Jeez.
No.
Okay.
Let's see.